This is not just a recruiting story, this is a power struggle shaking women's college basketball to its core. One coach is quietly stacking elite talent and building a dynasty, while the other is watching priced recruits slip away to her biggest rival. Kim Mulkey, Dawn Staley, LSU, South Carolina. And the pressure right now is real. Before we break it all down, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you love elite women's basketball coverage, and drop a comment below telling me, is Dawn Staley officially out recruiting Kim Mulkey, or is LSU about to strike back? Let's get into it. They said the balance of power in women's college basketball was settled. They said South Carolina had already built a dynasty and LSU had already proven it could challenge anyone. But behind the scenes, a silent war has been unfolding, a war fought not on the court, not under the bright lights of March Madness, but in living rooms, AAU gyms, late-night phone calls, and closed-door conversations. And right now, that war is putting enormous pressure on one of the sport's most outspoken, championship-proven coaches, Kim Mulkey. Because every time another elite recruit announces her commitment to Dawn Staley in South Carolina, the noise gets louder. The questions get sharper. And the spotlight on LSU gets hotter. Before we go any further, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below, because this rivalry, this tension, and this power struggle is reshaping women's basketball right in front of us. Kim Mulkey didn't come to LSU to be second. She didn't leave Baylor, where she built a Hall of Fame legacy and won national championships, just to watch another program dominate the recruiting trail. When Mulkey arrived in Baton Rouge, she brought swagger, confidence, and a promise LSU would be elite again, and fast. And for a moment, it worked perfectly. A national championship silenced critics. Star players flocked to Baton Rouge. The Tigers became must-watch television. LSU wasn't just winning, it was loud, emotional, controversial, and magnetic. Kim Mulkey's personality became part of the brand. Love her or hate her, you could not ignore LSU women's basketball. But Dawn Staley never left the throne. While LSU was grabbing headlines, South Carolina was building something deeper, quieter, and more stable. Dawn Staley wasn't chasing attention, she was stacking talent. 5-star recruits. McDonald's All-Americans. Players who didn't just want to win once, but wanted to dominate for years. And now, that difference in philosophy is showing up where it hurts the most, recruiting losses. Every elite prospect who chooses South Carolina over LSU sends a message. Not just to fans, but to players, assistants, boosters, and national analysts. It says that when the biggest decisions are made, when careers are being shaped, Dawn Staley's program is still the safer bet. That's where the pressure starts to build on Kim Mulkey. Because at LSU, expectations are no longer about competing. They are about controlling the narrative. Winning the SEC, making Final Fours. Recruiting at the same level, or higher, than South Carolina. And lately, the recruiting headlines haven't been kind. Elite guards, dominant forwards, versatile wings, players LSU wanted, players LSU pursued aggressively, are announcing commitments elsewhere. And more often than not, the destination is Columbia, South Carolina. This isn't just about one recruit. It's about momentum. Recruiting momentum is everything in college basketball. One commitment leads to another. Players talk. AAU teammates follow each other. High school stars want to play together. When South Carolina lands one elite prospect, it opens the door for 2 more. When LSU loses one, the pressure doubles. Kim Mulkey knows this. That's why every missed commitment feels heavier than the last. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Recruits are paying attention to more than championships now. They're watching development. They're watching culture. They're watching how players are treated, how they grow, and how they transition to the next level. Dawn Staley's resume speaks loudly in those rooms. National titles. Olympic gold medals. WNBA success stories. A reputation for discipline, structure, and long-term growth. Parents trust her. Players trust her. Recruits see a clear path from high school stardom to professional success. LSU, under Mulkey, offers something different. Fire. Emotion. Confidence. Immediate spotlight. But that style can cut both ways. Some recruits love it. Others hesitate. And that hesitation is costing LSU in battles it cannot afford to lose. The media doesn't help. Every recruiting loss becomes a storyline. Every South Carolina commitment becomes another comparison. Analysts start asking if LSU can sustain its momentum. Fans argue online. Rival fan bases pour fuel on the fire. And Kim Mulkey? She feels all of it. She's a competitor. She thrives on conflict. But pressure changes the environment. Pressure makes every decision louder. Every roster move more scrutinized. Every loss more damaging. The SEC isn't getting easier. South Carolina isn't slowing down. Programs like UConn, UCLA, and Texas are reloading. The margin for error is shrinking. And the truth is, Kim Mulkey doesn't just have to win games anymore, she has to win perception. Dawn Staley has mastered that balance. Her program feels stable, powerful, and inevitable. LSU still feels explosive, but sometimes unpredictable. Recruits notice that difference. That doesn't mean LSU is falling apart. Far from it. The Tigers still attract talent. They still compete at the highest level. They are still a threat to win it all any given year. But the pressure is real. Because when elite recruits repeatedly choose your biggest rival, it forces reflection. It forces adjustment. It forces evolution. Kim Mulkey now stands at a crossroads. Double down on her style and trust it will win again, or adapt to a recruiting landscape that increasingly favors structure, development, and long-term vision. Dawn Staley isn't trying to beat LSU once. She's trying to outlast everyone. And right now, she's winning that battle. The rivalry is far from over. Championships will still be decided on the court. But make no mistake, the next era of women's college basketball is being shaped right now, in recruiting rooms, not arenas. And for Kim Mulkey, the pressure has never been higher. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more inside stories from women's basketball, and tell me in the comments, is LSU still South Carolina's biggest threat, or has Dawn Staley pulled too far ahead? Because this story is just getting started.